Hello guys, Dr.Pitanger here, and today we're gonna analyze a new run made by Dylan's Lapland Simping. So this is a run in difficulty 14 for some reason, and it's a Soul Escort run. So Soul Escort is a squad that reduces most notably reduces the redeployment time of units by 12% after you've used an Inspirer, on top of granting 2 Inspirers and toy limit. So the first part I mentioned was only added in expansion 2, and admittedly I haven't played much Soul Escort after expansion 2 happened, right? So I don't really know the ins and outs about this squad. I assume there's gonna be a lot of, for example, fast redeploy operators. We're gonna see. So it mentions 4 runs, so I assume this is like a 1-4-5 or 2-4-5 run, starting with 2 plans, classic. Using the supports, alright. Not sure I understand why. Yato, May, and something like Beanstalk, I assume. Yep. Alright. So, usually this wouldn't be a squad that you should be starting with because, well, Yato, the thing is, this doesn't have a lot of block, right? Because you can pick Yato and let her stay on the field, but that's usually not how you're supposed to play, right? However, this is different because this is Soul Escort. Again, Yato is gonna have minus 12 seconds redeployment cooldown, so she's gonna have a 6-second redeployment cooldown, so it's very different. IS5 Safety Inspection, okay. Beanstalk S2, alright. Yeah, when you're starting out, since you don't have a lot of block and in Ice Age, because there's like quite a lot of enemies actually, S2 Beanstalk might actually be preferred. Displacement with the Summoner Beanstalk is a bit weird. I assume it's simply to not be frozen, but at the same time, with S2 he would have been able to summon more things. I assume not getting frozen is more important than summoning 2 more crabs. Yeah, that's probably it. But see, your crab is gonna get frozen anyway by the spiders, so yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't think it matters that much. Like, this is Ice Age in difficulty 14 and in normal, so if all comes to worse, he can simply use Yato to kill some spiders. Reusing Yato. Demolition, Daybreak, Sun, and Consume. Okay. Specialist Voucher right from the get-go. Interesting. So obviously, he's doing Yato. Vermin doesn't have a plan. That's very unfortunate. Ice Age with Vermin. He used the Consume, sure. Using S3 now. I don't think it matters that much if you use S2 or S3 this early in the run, except for animal enemies. And I think for animals, S3 is maybe just a bit better. I'm not sure actually. Maybe for the rat, S2 might actually be better. Because what you can see, there's nothing that Yato just did with S3 that she can do with S2. Like, it's just gonna take more time, but these slugs take like 2 minutes to move, so it doesn't matter that much. Consume, White Grass, Caster, so Indigo, I guess. Click, sure. I'm more of an Indigo enjoyer because she's usually much better for the bear, but I can absolutely understand Click. These are generally the best 2 4-star casters in the game, Click and Indigo. Dog? I can probably take the dog. It depends on the spawning of the device, but usually it should be doable. S2, yeah. S2 is, I assume, much better for the dog. Let me see the damage against the cars. She can one-shot the cars, that's interesting. Holy shit! Oh, she destroyed the dog. Jesus Christ. Didn't even need the device. I was expecting Yato to only be like, to only deal some damage to the dog and then to need at least 2 rotations to kill the dog, but apparently didn't. Industry, good. Dollhouse, good. Dollhouse is gonna help a lot with this squad, I feel, because the issue with redeploying Yato over and over and over again is he's gonna need a lot of DP, actually. So starting DP is fine. Sniper, I assume E2 May. No? Charter, okay, sure. Bad Neighbors, sure. Industry. I know, because if he wants to go to ending 4, he needs to keep the industry. Unless he wants to spend everything real quick. I just noticed he hasn't gotten the lamp or anything yet. Using Consume, sure. Yeah, S2 Yato to destroy the spines, I assume, is just overall better, I would say. Okay, she can deal 1/3? 1/4? I'm not sure. Alright, it's gonna be very easy. One more redeploying, and there we go. Pretty sure he messed up with the S2 there, and the intended goal was to make it fall in the hole, but ultimately that doesn't matter. 20 enemies, so I don't think there's a special enemy. So it's pretty much an over stage. Daybreak Sun, Outblood, Stone Gargoyle, unfortunate. Elder's Crown though, that's good. Fender. 3 Penance. 3 Penance is interesting. The main issue is that Penance is very expensive to deploy, and what did I say before? Yato is also expensive to deploy after redeploying her over and over and over again. So he's gonna need some Vanguards eventually. I know he has Beanstalk, but again, that's a tactician, so it's, yeah. Assumingly, since he's using Soul Escort, I'm not sure if Lamp is actually the pick there. Like, is that even a Lamp run is a good question. I don't think that's a Lamp run. Is it? Okay, it is. Never mind. Alright, what is there in the shop? Rending, proficiency. Proficiency could be good. Execution, okay, yeah, execution. Actually, execution is not that good with Yato Alter, except if you want to use S1, which is usually the worst skill. Alright. Selling some Inspirers, sure. Proficiency is extremely good there because that's more DP overall. Ooh, burst. Holy shit. Curse Counter Beast also is really good. Oshi? I guess. Okay. And Supporter. Okay. Good, yeah, alright. Didn't buy the Curse Counter Beast, that's interesting. I mean, it's true his operators are not dependent on attack speed right now, so yeah, I guess I can understand, but I don't know, I'm a sucker for attack speed usually. Alright, getting the 2 Dangerous. Don't think he has a good enough operator to scout. Like, yeah, sure, he could scout the Penance, but... you know what? He could scout the Penance, then go to the Emergency, sure. I mean, it's better than Cast Force for sure. It's better than the Safe House. Yeah, it's probably scouting an Emergency. No, he's going to the Safe House, actually. Okay. Oh, and then going to the Scouting. Okay, so that was a gamble. Usually I don't like safe houses in IS5 because, well, getting the plan is good, don't get me wrong, it's extremely good, but it's a gamble, it's a complete gamble. Usually, a lot of time you're simply gonna enter the safe house and you're gonna be like, fuck, where are my plans? Right, sending, oh, Tragodia, yeah. Actually, Penance? Yeah, because if he removes Tragodia right now, then Exhaust Vents in Emergency with Yato Alter is probably gonna be doable. At the same time, I'm not sure how Yato Alter fares against the Lances. Like, can she even survive one attack? I assume she can. Also, he has Hoshiguma, so... Alright. One more cat, and the spine is broken. Cat. Alright. There we go. And now there's basically no difficulty anymore. This is the usual placement when you have 4-star units to deal with these guys. This is one of the reasons why Beanstalk is actually pretty good. You can simply stop these enemies right before they get into the vent, and therefore they are not gonna take off. So this is extremely good. This is like to take basically everybody uses, including myself. Really good. Wait, 23? I think there's a special enemy, isn't there? Okay, maybe not. Never mind, there is. I mean, special enemies with Phantom, I mean, Tragodia is basically a joke, so... Alright. I'm just gonna skip because, well, you get the idea. Machine Rise and Fall, nice. Weird Flute, nice. Remote Strike is good, but not with what he has right. Ah, never mind. He has May, he has Torter. Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Mercenary Specialist. What does he want in terms of Specialist? Does he want more Executors? Okay, Kafka. So yeah, he does want more Executors. Since this is difficulty 14, he can travel vertically more easier because, well, traveling vertically in difficulty 14 only costs 2 plants. And using Assembly, okay, so more EXP. Before getting, again, the 4th ending collectible, very good. S1 Kafka, obviously. Holy shit, his Kafka is not E1 or E2. Interesting. Usually that's better because, well, once you upgrade Kafka into E1 or E2, she costs more, and usually you don't want that because the thing with Kafka is that that's a really, really weird unit. Her sleep duration doesn't increase with skill levels or masteries, and that's why it's usually preferred to actually not upgrade her past E0. Most people have done that. I have unfortunately E2 her because, well, completion. But yeah, if you have the opportunity opportunity to get Kafka, never upgrade her past E0. In order for her to be required to be upgraded past E0, Hypergriff would have to basically update her kit to give more sleep duration with E1, E2, I mean skill masteries, this kind of stuff. This is basically the same stage, so I'm basically gonna skip. You can see the placement of the spine is a bit different, but it's not like it's gonna change anything. 25 enemies, so this time there's no special enemy. Machine, good. Vanguard, okay, good, because that's pretty much what he wants right now. Ines, okay, makes sense. Dissuasion Seminar, alright, sure. Alright, Demolition if he wants to. The issue is, it's not like he can do anything else with these Inspirers. He has to use them or discard them. Using them would be better if he had something like Bridge of Knowledge. If he doesn't have this, then discarding is literally the same thing. Dissuasion Seminar should be an absolute joke with Trichodia, Yato Alter. Using an S to generate DP, this is something you can do because since the Spines of Epoch have a lot of defense, usually what you can do if you have an agent, you can deploy the agent with the skill 2 tiles away from the spine and attack it just to generate DP. This is an interesting tech that you can sometimes use. Here I simply assume he's waiting for the machine to spawn and come right in the spine so Yato can basically kill both of them at the same time. Oh, never mind. I mean, yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, see, 21 enemies. Is there 21 enemies on this map? Bro, I haven't played IS5 in so long. Like, I've been playing IS6 lately, and yeah, I haven't been going back to IS5. Is 21 enemies the right amount of enemies? I think it's 20, isn't it? Oh. No, I'm not stupid. Okay, that's what I thought. Ines is not E2, so she can't reveal invisible, though that shouldn't matter that much. Yep, using Beanstalk to reveal, and then Yato. The timing needs to be a bit perfect. You can see that he deployed Yato before the dog reached the crab, simply because Yato takes a bit of time before using her S3. As you can see, she has not landed yet. So the timing should be perfect here, I think. Yep. Oh, never mind. That was just a bit too late. That's unfortunate. Or was it because he was lured? Hold up. Did he mess up because he was lured, or did he mess up because it was too late? I think it was because he was lured. I'm not sure. No. Still too late. But he's gonna do it eventually, I think. That should be fine. Okay. Alright. Knotted rope, ooh, toy? For free? Holy shit, how many knotted rope was this? What the fuck? Bro, why is there 3 knotted rope? What the fuck is this? Alright, medic. I don't know. Like, probably pure stream or something. Amiya's fine. Sure. Here the crowd has a plan, so you can do that. But he has too many Inspirers, that's a bit unfortunate. There we go. Discarding the Home's Dust is usually what you want to do when you have an issue with Mental Toy, because Home's Dust is gonna come back anyway. That's the perk of this Inspirer. It's Ledger. It comes back no matter what happens. That's literally the description of the thing. Again, using Nest first to generate DP. Probably gonna deploy Tragoya to deal with the Swordsman. Huh. He triggered the Swordsman before the cat was available. Was that the right idea there? It's a bit weird. Okay, he's using Kafka to buy some time, but why not simply waiting to have the cat? Like, that's weird. Alright, nice timing. He waited for the sleep to be over, so he could simply kill them. Alright, the stage is basically over at this point. Wait, there's a special enemy here? No, that's because the last enemy spawns very late. Yeah, there we go. Already level 5, Jesus. Amiya on pure stream. Or monster, sure. What is he getting here? Glory Pack or Key? Probably Key. Glory Pack is fine, but... Oh, he's picking... Oh yeah, because Glory Pack works with Yato, I'm stupid. Yeah. Ribbon or Transceiver? Ribbon would be good if he's using more S2 Yato, but... Overall, I think at this point in the game, Transceiver is probably better. He's going for Monster. It's tough, because these are both very good. I'm not sure, honestly. I would probably pick Ribbon simply because he has Monster, but... Okay, sure. At this point in the game, Transceiver is objectively better, but making an industry, sure. Getting some shields, keeping the 2 industries for later. whenever he has the 4th ending. Witchcraft assembly, cool. What is there here? Possibility. Is there an encounter somewhere? He could go for this encounter, get the encounter for Amiya, then combat ops, then possibility. What else can he do? Motorized squad to get a plan. Hopefully, he can get a 6-star. Are all his 6-star E2? No, actually. Okay, so he could do motorized squad, maybe using witchcraft, or simply sending monster with the scouting node. Then traveling vertically, either here or here, depending on which fight has the most plans, and then go to the possibility. Does he want to use witchcraft? Probably not. Probably not because, well, here there's the scouting node. Might as well use the scouting node to send monster and keep the witchcraft for later. Actually, his NS is not E2, so actually maybe he wants to use the witchcraft, send monster or NS, and then using the scouting node to send the other one. Yeah, that actually sounds even better. Also, his Tragodia is not E2 yet too, but Tragodia is usually not a priority to E2 because Tragodia is gonna be good at E1 for the like 90% of the run. Motorized squads should be extremely easy. You can draw aggro with like 1 billion things, including monsters, crystal, penance. What does he want to aggro with? Penance? But monster is gonna get attacked there. Okay, admittedly he doesn't care. Right, using Yato to destroy the ranged enemies, that's good. Not the ranged enemies, I mean aerial enemies. Will penance die there? Oh, okay. Doesn't matter that much, but cat. Alright, good cat. Unfortunate because the aerial enemies was not taken in it. Another industry, Jesus Christ. Alright. Sniper Vanguard. Itung NS is an option, but again, there's a scouting node and he also has a witchcraft, so I feel like he probably actually wants to recruit another Vanguard there, like a 5-star Vanguard or something like that. I'm not sure. No, this was a pre-Snegrochka, so Snegrochka would have been an okay unit there, but Sniper, sure. Gray, alright. Alright, scouting nodes, sending either NS or monster. Alright, monster. And probably using the witchcraft here. Yep. So exactly what I said, and he is gonna want to send NS, maybe even Tragodia, but I think NS is usually better to E2. NS at E2 actually unlocks masteries, which are actually pretty important on her, and also she unlocks the possibility to reveal invisible enemies, and there are actually quite a lot of invisible enemies in IS5, so it's actually pretty important. Alright, one less enemy. Alright, once the 2 guys on the left and on the right are dead, this stage basically becomes a joke, so yeah, there's basically nothing else to say here. So I just realized Yato Alter has a 16-second cooldown, so because of the potentials, I assume? Yeah, I just checked, and apparently that's because of the potentials. Alright, so that's not even a 6-second cooldown, the redeployment time, that's a 4 seconds, Jesus Christ. Alright, Portal, so he's gonna want to send NS. So he retreated all of his units, good. And now it's basically gonna be a cat abuse. That came out wrong, but that's fine. Ines needs to survive 1 hit. Can she? That's close. I think that's fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, paralysis doing work. Wait. Oh, he wanted to send Tragodia. I thought he wanted to send Ines. Okay. I would have sent Ines, but sure. Specialist Guard. So, E2 Kafka is not an option. What else does he want there? Texas Altar? Maybe? Or maybe something like Holder, I'm not sure. Moina. Alright, sure. Again, I'm not too sure about the ins and outs of this squad. This squad drastically changed its own gameplay before Expansion 2 and after Expansion 2, so... Frozen thing. Rise and Fall, cool. So E2 Tragodia, E2 Monster now, that's really good. Does he want to refresh the face-off? That would be a plan. I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do. Never mind. That is. Simulated Skirmish, sure. It's gonna be a joke. We literally just saw the stage, so I'm simply gonna skip. Deathmatch, good. One grass by the door, another rope. God or Medic? E2 Mina right away? Probably. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, it's true, he needs Wishful Field because, well, this is still a lamp run, so here he can get... what takes priority? I think with Tragodia, it's probably... Yeah, I think it's the Hand of Tragodia, so that's what he's gonna get there. Yep. Alright. Since his Tragodia is now E2, it's gonna be more useful because as long as he's not E2, well, the S2 is a permanent skill, so it doesn't do anything actually. Also Modern Warfare, okay, rerolling, get King Lance. Ancient Tree Food could have been an option there too, but usually Ancient Tree Food can also fuck you because you can get, I think you can get Vampire's Bed, so you need to be careful about this. Blooded Sky, this has a plan. Alright, with this team he's gonna destroy everything up until at least floor 5, I assume. He has injury, but that shouldn't matter that much. We're now taking hits like a champ. Alright, the stage is over. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of commentary to say there because, well, his team is extremely powerful at this point in the game, so it's not like I can say anything in the fights. Right? These are very basic yet effective deployments. It's not like I can add much here. Deathmatch again. Yeah, okay. Caster, Defender. We have only 2 hope. I don't know, Gummy, Indigo. Not sure if his click is E2. Does he want to E2 click and use 1 hope for this? I'm not sure, maybe. I don't think he does. Because he's not gonna get undulation anyway, so it's not like click is gonna matter that much in the late games. Like, E2 click is not that bad, but like wasting, like not wasting, but using 1 hope just to E2 click is not good, I think. Yeah. Gummy, alright, sure, makes sense. Discarding Wiregrass when he has a Home Dust. Okay. I'm not sure I understand, but alright. Using Deathmatch because why not? He has 2 of them. He wants to keep 1 for the face-off usually, but he needs 1 face-off, not 2. So having 2 Deathmatch is kind of whatever. I just realized he hasn't used the Lingerers to get to ending 2 yet. Why did he do that? Hold up. Hold up. This was where he was supposed to use them, like on at the end of floor 2. Why didn't he use them? He was already at 1 HP, so maybe he was about to go to get to level 6, so he decided to keep them just in case he needed to upgrade the mental toil. Is that what it is? I assume that's why he didn't want to do that, but I don't know. That seems a bit weird. Maybe he simply didn't want to increase the DP cost right away. I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, I don't know. A bit weird, but sure. Alright, Hand of Rumble or Buckler? Definitely Rumble. I mean, he has Grey Altar, so yeah. Surging Feast, Castle's Offspring. I guess, yeah, Offspring is actually pretty good for ending 4. And even for ending 5, sure, Offspring. Offspring might help to survive some seconds, sure. Oh, okay. Never mind. I would have gone for Offspring here, I think. Ooh, King's Crown. But Song. Song is really good because, well, every time you use Inspire, you gain 1 shield, and Soul Escort you gain 1 billion Inspire with it. So it's basically the best squad to get Song. At the same time, King's Crown, you're basically gaining a wish fulfilled if you get it right now. So it's pretty good. I'm not sure. It depends. I would pick Song because I think he's gonna get enough wish fulfilled. Oh, okay, sure. Civilite or Godmothers, like these are both really good, but since he got Monster, like Civilite has insane value there. And he's still not using the Lingerers to go to ending 2. Okay, that's really not, that's never something I do, honestly. I always, oh, we got Catastrophes. I always use the 2 Lingerers right away. Even though it increases the DP cost, I don't think it matters that much for the vast majority of the run, if I'm being honest. Even in Soul Escort, where it's gonna increase the cost of Yato, I mean, he has Ines, he has Beanstalk. Yeah. Is he? Yeah, he's already level 6, so he's not gonna get more HP. So I could have understood if he was at level 5 and it would increase his level because he would have gotten more HP, and then he would have needed to increase the mental toil in order to lose more HP, and if he didn't have a lot of thoughts, then it would have been harder to do that. But here, I don't know, I don't really understand. Alright. 3 plans here, extremely good. This stage is gonna be a joke. Like, it's gonna be an absolute joke. If you're wondering why he's using S3 right away, even though there's no enemy, remember that he has his hand that basically asks him to use his skill 3 times before. Alright, now Kal'Tsit is gonna spawn and she's gonna get destroyed by a Tragodia and possibly Monster. Or Moina, sure, that works. Another rope. Decision, Hateful Avenger or Cylinder. This is interesting. I think Yato and Moina is enough to justify Hateful Avenger instead of Cylinder? I'm not sure. Yeah, he's analyzing his team. I don't know. I would pick Avenger there with his team, but I can understand Cylinder. Like, there's also Penance. Yeah, Avenger, sure. Alright, Dispatch. To get... I'm actually not sure there. What does he still want? E2 Ness, sure. That's probably the best thing he can do there. Unless he wants to recruit something else. But, I don't know. I would E2 Ness there. Probably. Again, he wants a lot of DP, so... Logos? Logos works with Tragodia. With the hand of Tragodia is what I mean. Alright, sure. Floor 4. So far he hasn't gotten a single ending yet, so he wants to focus this probably on this floor, else it's probably gonna be too late. There's an encounter at the top, and there's a face-off, but he can't go to the face-off yet because he needs to go to the Lost and Found, so I don't know, maybe he wants to go at the top. There's no possibility there. So I assume he probably wants to go to the top because encounter plus Lost and Found means he would get both 4th and 5th ending. I mean, with some RNG, he would get the 5th ending. But yeah, I assume that's probably what he wants to do because gambling on the Lost and Found on floor 5 is usually a bad idea. Like, I've lost... not lost, but I fucked myself regarding endings many times because I didn't want to pick the Lost and Found on floor 4. So yeah. Okay, so you want to go Time War Tension, and then I assume travel vertically up. Again, Time War Tensions is one of those stages that should be extremely easy with this team. He still has a Witchcraft. Does he want to use it here? Yup. Alright. So you can E2 Logos or Ines. Logos, I would say, takes priority. He's gonna miss it for like the whole floor, but shouldn't matter that much. So far he has survived without Logos, there's no way that he's not gonna be able to survive without it. Alright, they're using the tech to get some DP. I'm curious about monster's damage now that he has Severite Defender. 9,000, alright, without any King's item. Ooh. Alright. Oh, he messed up. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Usually you want to teleport there because, well, you're gonna simply cancel their attack. At the same time, when you teleport, you have like some frames of invincibility. But here, he did it a bit too late, unfortunately. I don't think it matters that much because, well, he has Kafka to sleep. And then whenever she dies, she's gonna stun enemies because of Glory Pack. So I don't think it matters that much. He has Yato Altar too to kill them. So yeah, whatever. 3 doesn't matter, to be fair. Yeah, see Kafka. Then he's waiting. Using Yato Altar. Using Kafka again. Using Yato Altar. There we go. Alright, the part where you have to kill the Crush Bearers. So the difficult part is basically over. So. Portal, so again, who does he want to send? Is it Ines or is it Logos? I'm pretty sure it's Logos. There we go. Wiregrass, support Royal Pie, sure. Masterless Memories. Alright. Let's see what he's getting. Grand Wish, cool. Excavate, cool. Rise and Fall, Jesus. Holy shit, these are really, really good. What is he getting here? Guard, Medic Supporter with only 2 hope. I guess he can pick a normal medic, like Pure Stream or something like that. Oh, E2 Amiya, sure. Yeah, I don't think it matters that much. Pure Stream, alright. Epochal Gaps is really good, and also he has to go to the middle because, well, again, this is a really good path, like Encounter plus Face Lost and Found, this is really good, so yeah. Epochal Gaps, then travel vertically here, then go there, yeah, sure. It's a bit annoying because he has to keep all these industries, hence why I really don't understand why he hasn't used the Lingers to go to an E2 yet, but alright. Use the Deathmatch, huh. So you won't have it for the face-off. I don't think it matters that much nowadays because, well, Tragodia S3 against the boats is extremely powerful. Alright, Epochal Gaps, as you can see, that's a really good stage whenever you need plans. Particularly when you have catastrophes. I think he has catastrophes, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still has catastrophes, so yeah. 6 plans, sure. It's a bit of an annoying stage because you're gated by the DP limit. Alright, Moina and Tragodia doing Moina and Tragodia stuff. Alright, Monster is gonna destroy the bow spines. There we go. Doesn't need anything here now. This guy is gonna be a bit annoying because he's gonna inflict Tragodia with the debuff, but shouldn't matter that much. This time blocking with an S and Kafka, so Tragodia is not going to be affected by the debuff because these guys are going to explode and inflict the debuff around them. And these 4 enemies, and that's it. Alright, 6 plants from this. He's gonna have to probably discard some because, well, he has way too many. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good mental toil. Anyway, Vanguard, Defender, Guard. Probably a second, like third Vanguard, but I mean second Agent Vanguard, let's say. Surfer, this kind of stuff. Myrtle also works. It's true that as long as he doesn't have a lot of attack speed, Myrtle is probably better. Also, she's free, so... Rerolling Frequent Dispute because he can. Wish Fulfilled. That's true, he still needs quite a lot of Wish Fulfilled because there he's gonna get... what is he gonna get? I think he's gonna get the new lens, right? He should. So discarding Whitegrass, even more Whitegrass, Pots, the useless Lingerers, 1-star Lingerers, and some plants. He has to discard some plants. Why did he discard so much? You didn't have to discard so much, because when you travel vertically, it takes into account the traveling. So you only need to be at 85, sorry. He didn't have to do that, just to be clear. Sorry, 76 plus 6, 82, sorry, my bad. So that's why here he could have stopped there, honestly. Wait, why is it King's Crown? When did he get new lens? What the fuck? Oh yeah, my bad. He got it here, like at 41 minutes. My bad. I forgot. Sometimes when I'm analyzing stuff, it's hard to keep track of everything, like the collectibles, the Lingerers, the Inspirers, which units are E2 or not. It's really hard to keep track of literally everything. I'm sorry about this. So yeah, King's Crown, because it's the second one. The third one is the shield. Not the shield, what's the name again? Armor. Alright, hopefully ending 5, yep. He has 7 shield, that's fine. Lost and found. 07 to 39 ingots. That's pretty good because he's losing all the ingots and he's already level 7, so it's pretty fine. Armor, yep. Alright. Getting all 3 of them because that's true, the other 2 were very good as well. Cannon's Mark is a lot of hope, and Living Wood Plate is plus 50% HP on all your melee units, what else you want. Alright, 4-leaf Clover Fossil, I mean, Show's Puppet is useless, so yeah. Finally getting this. I still have no idea why he didn't do this earlier. Simply because of the plus 3 DP cost? I really don't think it would have mattered in like 99.99% of the run, but alright. Because you could see at a lot of points where he had to discard Inspirers, and well, if he had simply fused these Lingerers before, he could have gotten more Inspirers or Lingerers. So I really don't understand that. Alright. Keeping the crown because why not? There might be some points where you can get the camouflage Inspirer with them. Imagine full Grand Wish. He's getting insanely good Inspirers. That's absolutely absurd. And now he's gonna want to use all the industries, so that's gonna be at least 60 ingots, which in and of itself already grants his chalice with the robbing of the shop on floor 6. And he has 3 Grand Wishes. Bro, you only need 1 Grand Wish and he has 3. That's insane. Alright, there's a possibility at the bottom that is linked to a wish fulfilled. Alright, that's pretty good. There's also this encounter which he could use to get the 6th ending actually and not be reliant on RNG to get the 6th ending on floor 6. The 5th ending on floor 6, sorry. Sure, what else is there? There's another encounter. Alright. This encounter is probably gonna reroll it, but this fight, possibility wish fulfilled, encounter. Maybe he would have killed the final cadence at this point. Yeah, sure, that sounds good. At the same time, he wants the face-off too. I completely forgot. This is a really bad adjustment because he wants the face-off, but at the same time, like wish fulfilled possibility. Oh god. I mean, there's still a chance that in the possibility there is the face-off. So does he want to gamble on getting the face-off in the possibility? If it was me, I wouldn't. But yeah, I don't know. That's a really unfortunate adjustment, honestly. Alright, middle. Wish fulfilled. Pretty good. Alter. What's low force again? Plus 70% attack when you're isolated. That's pretty good on Yato. Like, Yato wants attack, she doesn't want attack speed, so that's really good. Still picking King's Legacy over this? Nope, alright. Again, Legacy is, oddly enough, in this team, not that required. I mean, it surely helps Tragodia using his S3 faster, but it's not that useful, oddly enough. Because a monster with enough attack speed doesn't really need this. Yato literally doesn't need this. Muina, I don't think it matters that much, because Muina is, well, he's used for the skill, obviously, but he's also there for the utility, and in the utility, he doesn't need King's Legacy, so... yeah. Regular army is a bit unfortunate. Maybe he wants to reroll this again. At the same time, he has 4 industries. Okay, he's doing the industry, so he's doing the stage. Unfortunately, his NS is still not E2, so he can't reveal the assassins, so he's gonna have to use other techs to kill them. Probably something like blocking them with Monster or Tragodia. But he needs to kill all the other enemies first. I just realized why he's picking Glory Pack is whenever the summons of Tragodias has 3 die, it triggers Glory Pack, because, well, they are summoned, so it makes sense. Utmost Chaos in this map, as always. Alright, more paralysis stacks. How is he gonna deal with the assassins, though? More damage to the Cadence. Alright, the Cadence is already half HP, so that's pretty good. There comes Crown Slayer. Alright, how many assassins are going through? It's a great question. We're gonna see if Logos can kill them. I don't think he can. He would have needed to, basically, to redeploy Tragodia to paralyze them, but if he did that, then he would have lost. Alright, good damage. The Cadence is already at 1/4 AP, that's good. Alright. Can he kill the Cadence here? If it doesn't matter that much. It's just gonna lose 1 HP and he's gonna kill it in the next fight, but nah, he can't. But that's fine. That's a lot of damage already. He's gonna absolutely destroy it in the next fight. Pot, Respite. Elimination. Elimination is more attack on Tragodia, on Yato, so that's pretty good. Sniper, Defender, Supporter. E2 Gummy? E2 Grey? E2 Gummy or Grey? Probably E2 Grey. I assume. Yeah. Alright, so he wants to go to the top to do the face-off, makes sense. He doesn't want to take the risk to get the face-off possibility. That's understandable because, well, if he does that and it's on a face-off, he literally loses the ending 4, so yeah. Oh, never mind, he's going bottom, what the fuck? So he wants to go to the possibility? Holy shit. Ballsy? I can respect that. Alright, Passage Blockade has a plan. Alright, the Final Cadence is dead. I don't think this stage is that much interesting with this, with the squad he currently has. Is gonna be, he's gonna destroy everything here. Oh, actually, he cancelled the Yato spin, so I assume he doesn't want to kill the Cadence then. Maybe the Cadence is gonna kill itself on Muina though. That would be funny. So I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but that's what happened. Because there would be an argument to simply keep the Cadence alive to get more collectibles in exchange for HP. I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but you can see Muina destroying the knight on the right, while Logos is destroying the knight on the left, so sure. There we go. It's over. Despair. Vanguard, Defender, Sniper, so probably E2 Ness? Yeah, E2 Ness or getting something like Surfer, I'm not sure. E2 Ness, alright. Rogue Mercenary. Again, another one of these stages that should be an absolute joke. Yato tanking. Waiting a bit to use Muina, so hopefully it kills other enemies that will spawn at the bottom. Alright, now he has enough ingots. Lost, sure. Gift or Orion Round Shield. I would probably go for Gift there, simply because it gives more value to Furnace Fuel if you ever get it. I don't think having more defense for the 4th and 5th ending is gonna matter that much. Yeah. Because most enemies in IS5 in the late ending actually deal arse damage, so... E2 Army possibility, and now he's getting a face-off. Wow, who would have thought? Logos Tragodia. Oh, Logos Yato, okay. Not even Tragodia for this fight? Okay. I assume it's just because it's a bit too slow. Yato deals so much damage to the boats, Jesus. Alright, boats are dead. Another lost. Using lost to get lost, classic. Sniper, supporter, specialist. What else does he still need? Nothing among these, so maybe a gravel. Like he already has 2 fast redeploy operators, so I don't think a gravel has that much value. But I mean, what else could he get there? Like among supporters, I don't think there's anything else that is important. Among snipers, I don't know, another sniper that benefits from the Hand of Rumble. There's not a lot of free snipers that benefit from the Hand of Rumble. There's Shirayuki, and that's about it. I don't think he wants Shirayuki just because he has the Hand of Rumble. That would be stupid in my opinion. Ah, maybe Ethan too. Oh, I completely forgot that he still needs a way to bind the boss. So yeah, Ethan actually. Gravel? Wait, how is he gonna kill the boss though? Because he can't... Oh, he has Tragodia. Yeah, I'm stupid, he has Tragodia. Alright, getting the King's Legacy, I assume. Yep. So the next one is gonna be Golden Chalice whenever he has 80 Original Ingots, at least. That's a Flossic stage, so he needs something, I assume? Rise and Fall, maybe? He has 4 Rise and Falls he can afford. He's gonna use Industry there? Okay. Because Heretics it's arguably easier than the other one, but it's still not an easy stage. Switching to mobile because Heretics is gonna blow up my potato. Okay.
Malheureusement, le parfum du conflit m'est familier.
French! Alright. Tragodia doing Tragodia stuff. Alright, he's doing it actually. You could see Ines was actually being very useful there because she is able to reveal the invisible enemies. Yato is actually dealing not a lot of damage despite Lone Force, that's interesting. Alright, using a Miya because the range guy is fucking shit up. Really playing Winner to draw the aggro. Tragodia got killed, that's unfortunate. Again, very difficult stage when you're only on floor 5, you haven't robbed the shop yet, and therefore you don't have a lot of attack speed. Because here, if he had more attack speed from the Golden Chalice, he would have destroyed this stage. So this is becoming a bit dire, not gonna lie. It's basically a Yato plus Tragodia duo there. Does Yato get Lone Force if she gets deployed there near a Tragodia summon? Does she get Lone Force activated? Because if she doesn't, maybe you actually want to deploy her here instead. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't benefiting from Lone Force because the red numbers weren't as high, but alright. Doesn't matter that much. This is such a chaotic stage. It's not as bad as the other one, but still, look at all of fucking this. What the fuck is happening here? You can imagine how this stage was before Tragodia was there in the game. Again, I'm not sure about this deploying Yato there. Like, isn't it better to deploy her here to benefit from Lone Force? I'm actually not sure about this. Chaotic stage, as usual.
I'll carry on this fight.
But...
Whatever sacrifice. And all those still...
Artskiller, Skirmish. Probably Artskiller. Skirmish serves basically no purpose there. And hold up, so many things there. Guard, Vanguard, Medic, Caster, or Specialist. I assume E2 Gravel? Maybe Ethan just to be sure that he can tank the boss. I'm not sure if Tragodia is enough. Tragodia is probably enough, but... Yeah, I don't know there. Maybe Surfer. Can get E2 Pure Stream too. Oh. Oh, Touch. Alright. Sure. Some SP recovery, why not? Alright, Rogue Trader. He's spending some ingots, interesting. So Judgment Specialist is really good on Yato, obviously. Is he stealing there? Probably not, right? Alright, Therapy Tape, sure. Therapy Tape works because he has a Glory Pack most notably, so it doubles the... No, not even double, it multiplies the duration of the stun of Glory Pack by 2.5. Judgment Medic, okay, for Monster. slowly becoming a monster run. He spent quite a lot of ingots, but that doesn't matter. I think he still has 1 industry. I'm not sure, maybe not, but in any case, he has 44 ingots, which is more than enough. Alright, false to truth. What is he getting here? Vanilla soda or Lithuanian Medal of Honor? The question is, can the Medal of Honor allow him to get 1 more level? I'm not sure. So if I'm not sure, I would pick the soda, but I would need an entire calculation there, so... Fisher Restraints or Conch. Conch is unironically not bad there. But Fisher Restraints is also really good. Does he have any form of HP? I don't think he has a lot of HP collectibles. Like, he has Living Woodplate, but that's only for melee operators. He doesn't have the Camouflage Inspirer, so... Yeah, maybe Fisher Restraints is actually the pick there. Yeah, that's what he picked. Probably wants to keep 1 plan just to refresh the node to get the wish fulfilled and get the chalice. Using Rise and Fall, I assume. Rise and Fall used. So he's gonna keep Grand Wish for the shop. Alright, first boss. Switching Amiya to Caster Form. Amiya and Caster Form with his 3 when he has Civilite Eterna is unironically not that bad. Alright, classic Tragodia is 3 there. I'm basically gonna skip there because, well, you get the idea. He's simply gonna spam Tragodia here. As you can see, he's dealing with all the enemies with Grey. And whenever he gets into second phase, he deploys Moina, calls Monster, and Monster is dealing 22k per attack. Alright. And there we go.
I'm fully prepared.
Redeploying Grey. Both slow and kill the enemies that come in the range. Very easy with Pen of Rumble. And he still has 30 HP left, that's good. Wiregrass, Fearless Blade, Castle Model, Lost Key. I don't think he's gonna get much value from Lost Key unless he decides to, for some reason... Maybe if he somehow gets Archglyph, but yeah, no. Fearless Blade, what is Fearless Blade gonna end up on? Depends on his composition. I would honestly pick Dreambind Castle Model there. He got Fearless Blade, okay. I'm not sure on which character it would end up. I assume it's gonna be Logos, right? Unless he decides to use Penance. Surfer, okay. Catastrophes, alright. Alright, time for some robbing. Malediction, Undulation, really good, but not in the Steam. Soulbinding Stone. Is Soulbinding Stone good enough to steal this shop? I feel like it's good enough. I mean, he could simply get the Soulbinding Stone and then withdraw 2 Origium Ingots. Yeah. Because again, he needs to be at 38. There's also range co-op assassination. It's not that good, but it's still more attack on monsters. So. Monster is his main DPS, obviously, so range co-op assassination makes sense somehow. Aya!
Is this a dream?
Alright. E2 gravel, alright. And refreshing, okay. So what is there here? 3 plans. Execution, which is Divine Speed, which is actually not that bad, I guess, with Grey. Counter Art, alright, sure. Judgment Defender, that's funny. I don't think it's really that good, but it's alright. Like, it's an okay shop. Alright, stealing time.
Thinking sucks.
Alright, Tennis first, generate 1 billion DP, Surfer 2. Logos here, okay.
Not even worth playing myself.
Hit them in the face.
Holy shit, the damage on Grey, Jesus. Alright, first chest, second chest, and there we go. And now the fight is basically over.
Listen.
Alright, Tragodia spawn killing the middle enemies. Will be the same thing with the cars. With the help of Yato, probably. Yep.
Am I here? The shadows are trembling.
And there goes the Grand Wish.
The reversal of my bounty.
And there we go.
Mission accomplished. Have you burnt this scenery into your mind, Doctor? We'll head out like a shooting star. This memory,
152,
right now,
perfect.
will endure for you to reflect upon
And Sniper, Guard, Vanguard, E2 Surfer, I assume.
over and over again.
Alright. E2 Aya.
Is this a
That's pretty good for Grey. That's actually really good with Tragodia. Although defense and resistance doesn't matter that much when your main damage dealer is monster, but it's still some damage. Halo doesn't help that much, I would say, but actually it helps in the 5th ending. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, it does. What is this caster? It doesn't matter. Alright, then counter, despair, refreshing the fight. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it can happen. Even though you have a lamp, say 07 to Chalice. I mean, he still has 152 ingots, so what's that? That's like 100 attack speed? Something like that? I'm not sure. That's still pretty good. Of course, it would have been much better with Chalice, but eh. Yay, E2 touch. Surely that's better than Golden Chalice. Was he checking if he had the lamp? Yeah. Okay, that's actually a funny check. Not gonna lie, that's a very funny check. He can still get Chalice there, that's the worst part. Bridge is... It's a bit too late? I'm not sure. Is it better than First Aid Kit? These basically do the same thing, but I think First Aid Kit is better at this point. What do you get? Yeah. Oh, no Chalice. Whisper? Oh, Children, sure. And... I mean, the right one does literally nothing, so... Might also get +3 attack speed. Rise and Fall, and he doesn't have the Camouflage Inspirer for the Amir fight, so... He doesn't have Chalice, and he doesn't have the Camouflage Inspirer. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, Kill on Time. Kill on Time should be fine, I think.
They ruin the night. I'll go solo. A large group might provoke hostility from the locals.
Classic starts. Then Tragodia. Using skill right away. Grey killing the beasts.
Don't keep me waiting.
Mass damage killing beasts.
Stay put, and I'll feel the kick.
Just like the old days? No.
Heather returns to her hometown.
Wina taking the right lane. Grey destroying the towers. Monster healing. Good. Using Tragodia to take Kilon and killing the monster. Go. First phase over.
Monster, in position.
I think he has to remove monster, right? Probably, yeah.
Ready to go.
A bit unfortunate because the attack speed is not high enough. If he had enough attack speed, he wouldn't have had to remove monster there because she would have been able to teleport to the crystal. It's a bit unfortunate. That's fine. Again, that's one of the perks of this team. His monster only has like 50 something seconds redeployment cooldown, so that's fine.
I speak.
He boated Logos and Amir,
Here for a brief
sure,
sip? Don't worry.
and Surfer. All right.
Try to save the corpse into shadow. No one will.
Listen.
He's using Aya to heal the flowers.
I'm focused on Castle.
Grey destroying the left lane.
Rises between clouds. The rainbow bridge rises between clouds. Switching
Towers are taking so much damage from Grey, Jesus Christ. Alright, second phase over.
Monster, in position.
The April burning shoot. Speak your mind. I'm fully prepared. I'm fully prepared.
Alright, winner.
I know what to do. Don't order me around.
His SP regeneration is actually not that high, but it should still be enough.
Worked out your bait yet?
Right. You can see since Tragodia's skill is not ready yet, he's using Ines to bind Kilon. Okay, a bit too late for here, so he's gonna now bind him here. There we go. Okay, Tragodia got vaporized. That's a bit complicated now. How is he gonna deal with Kilon? Is he gonna have to tank with Muina? Can Muina even tank Kilon? I don't think he has enough HP. Huh.
I'm fully prepared.
Let's see the damage. Yeah, with the towers, it's a bit annoying. He needs to kill the towers ASAP.
Picked out your bait yet? I just simply corpse in the shadow. No one will find it.
Output, this will be the breakthrough.
Okay, that's a bit chaotic. That's not what's supposed to happen. Also, it's a bit unfortunate because Tragodia, when he redeploys him, will have all of his stacks from the hand wasted. So, yeah.
I know what to do. Don't order me around.
Alright, let's see Moinar tanking. Okay, he can tank some attacks. Alright, using the right pile. Is he leaking Keylon? Maybe he's leaking Keylon actually.
I'm listening.
That would have been an option. That would unironically be an option there.
I know what's better than your staff.
Communicate.
Okay, he's not.
I used too much force.
It would have been an option.
The shadow beneath your feet is not your own. The ape resistant. Come to my side.
Switching forms.
Okay, now he's voting monster, but how is he gonna kill Keylon now? He needs to redeploy Tragodia. He needs to be using Tragodia, but is this gonna be enough? Hopefully? There's no tower in the way, so... But now the issue are these arts damage dealing beasts, as usual, so he needs to be using Yato.
Output stable.
Oh, never mind, he boated Yato, so... Ooh.
Beasts flapping their wings.
Huh. Okay, we're deploying Moinar now.
No. On your call.
I hear friendly sleep now. I'm falling to a sweet dream.
Moinar's actually tanking these beasts pretty easy. What the fuck is happening? How the fuck did Keylon not leak? How is this not a leak? What the fuck? Alright, anyway.
Don't keep me waiting. I know what to do.
Output stable.
The apron and the
I hear foul beasts flapping their wings. Hello, I'm here for a brief.
For them, the bell tolls.
Engaging. Forgive me. I woke up on the wrong side of the sleeping bag. Monster, in position.
I hear the elegy. More than so. The illumination.
Alright.
I used too much force. Water's not falling. They really
Mia now.
What a waste of this gorgeous scenery.
Oh, that's close. Holy shit, that was
I
close.
hear the elegy.
That was so close in both phases, Jesus. Holy shit, that's way too close for comfort.
We owe this victory to your fine command. I still have a long way.
Alright, he can still get Chalice there. And F. Archglyph is literally useless. I mean, it's Black Tulip, obviously, so... Like, Archglyph does literally nothing, and Proof of Longevity is a debuff, so yeah. Supporter, Defender, Sniper, Medic. I don't know, we said that was Montes would be the objectively best choice, I assume? No, because he can't even E to them. I don't know, at E1, what can be useful here at E1? Nothing. You can E2 May, E2 May, E2 Pure Stream, E2 Tutor. I assume E2 Pure Stream is probably the best choice there. Wait, why is this showing E1 level 60 Pure Stream? What the fuck happened? Is this Pure Stream not E2? What the fuck? Ah, May, sure, why not? Alright, these Inspirers don't do anything. So, Rise and Fall. And let's go. Honestly, I think the Keylon fight was much more difficult with the current setup he had than the Amiya fight. I think the Amiya fight is gonna be easier. He has a lot of HP, so he can basically ignore half of the maps. And then it's simply gonna be a complete sweep with a monster on phase 3, on map 3, so... I think the Amiya fight is gonna be much easier than the Keylon fight. Which is, honestly, usually the case.
Never mind the use of force. Death has its own resting place.
You can't hide your fear.
Enough forgive me. I woke up on the wrong side of the sleeping bag.
Alright, 1 billion DP works.
Switching forms.
Just like the old days.
We know to tank.
Engaging. Fight or flee, it's no!
Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Standing by.
using Yato just here to make a chain with Monster so she can heal Surfer and Ines.
Nothing can mask the scent of despair. Standing by.
I'll go gather. Excuse me. Can we hurry this up? I really don't want my meal getting cold. Deployment ruined and restored.
Goodbye.
I'll go gather some dry branches. We must have a kit. Engaging.
The shadow beneath your feet is not your own.
Switching forms.
So that's our target?
Preventing the boss from spawning as usual.
Here.
So, the ferry is the other side.
Engaging. Try to flee it. No use.
Which is insanely easy with this team because again Yato only has 4 seconds of redeployment. So it's probably the easiest team you can do that. Again. It's interesting to see that he's using Yato S2. Whenever Yato gets stunned, her S2 still goes, as you could see there. Yeah, you can see he deploys Yato, this Sarkaz Binder binds her, and yet, even though she's stunned, she can still attack. That's usually what Yato can do with S2, yeah. She can get interrupted. So far, he's not dealing a lot of damage, but he hasn't attacked with Monster yet, so it's just normal. At this point, it's basically a Tragodia plus Monster duo, because Tragodia keeps enemies in check and Monster just kills them. Yato helps a bit, I guess, with the ads.
The illumination of
And there we go. That's probably gonna put her at midlife, I think. Ah, spawns the boss.
Switching forms. Hello. I'm here. Excuse me. Can we hurry?
waiting for your call.
Deploying the crystal soon, I assume? Yep. And now using Monster to kill Bojuka's T, losing 1 HP. Who the fuck cares? Alright, map 2. Now there's an interesting thing is that he can literally ignore this completely ignore this map. Like he has 45 HP and there's only 32 enemies, so he can completely ignore this map and even completely ignore the subsequent one.
Engaging. Finally. Am I up? Engaging.
Is this what he's doing? Oh no, he's simply waiting for Tragodia to come back. Alright, sure.
Picked out your bait yet? Don't. You better watch your step.
Alright, we're not tanking while Ines and Monster are gonna do their thing.
That sees your flesh.
Muina can actually not tank that much. And that's to be expected.
Switching forms.
Is Muina gonna die there? That would be unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate.
Engaging.
That's fine.
Deployment is continuing.
Alright, Monster doing monster things.
Standing by.
For them, the bell tolls.
Monster almost died.
Monster. In position.
Engaging.
Come to my song.
See that for target?
Deployment optimized. Ready to go. Deployment is continuing. Just bear with it.
Engaging. Standing by. See that for target? Finally.
Okay.
Listen.
Standing by.
be my stethoscope.
Killing Theresis.
I hear the elegy.
And there we go.
Finally, am I up?
Maybe losing 2 HP there, not sure. Not even.
So that's the target. Finally,
Alright,
am I up?
perfect map. Third and last map, which is probably not gonna last long, honestly. Like it's like 2 deploying of monster and the map is gonna be over.
I wasn't.
You only need to wait 30 seconds and the map is basically over.
I know how to sink the corpse into shadow. No one will find it. I know what to do. Don't keep me waiting.
Alright, preventing the
I never
bosses from
expected to
spawning.
encounter so many. They ruin the night. What a waste of this gorgeous scenery. Water's not far. Stay put, and I'll fill the canteens.
Yeah,
So that's the
so
target. Finally, am I up?
Pebble returns to her hometown.
yeah, again. Oh, sheet tank, sure. It's an option.
Switching forms.
Alright, there goes
Fully
monster.
prepared. I'm still hot.
Nakamaroline is gonna die in a couple seconds. Monster Crystal and Monster Scale and boom 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 boom. There we go. Now second phase.
I know what to do. Sink the corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Next is other side. Switching forms.
Crystal again. And whenever he activates Monster Scale as 3, it's gonna be over. Goliath is there because why the fuck not? We don't care.
Deployment of talents shall be my stethoscope.
I'm fired up.
Hello? I'm here for a brief survey. So that's the target.
Yato casually soloing counts it. And there we go.
Switching forms. Deployment
Alright.
Optima.
I know what
So
to
the
do.
run is over. He's just flexing by redeploying the units, sure. Alright, again, basically don't have anything to say regarding this run. The only things I would have to say is, well, the Gamba on the face-off on floor 5, which I'm really not a fan of. Regarding the collectibles and the pair thing, it was basically everything I was thinking of, except Glory Pack. I keep on forgetting there's an obvious synergy between Tragodia and Glory Pack. See, that's the thing about not playing some operators, even though they are extremely meta. The run was a bit unfortunate at the end because, well, no Golden Chalice. If he had Golden Chalice, this would have been extremely easier, even though he only lost 1 HP on the last map, so sure. I don't think there's anything else to say, honestly. The choice of operators obviously makes sense. Tragodia, Logos with their hand, respectively. Grey, sure, for some AoE, notably for Keelon. Regarding Keelon, it was a bit dire at the end. They almost passed through. Ultimately, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because as you can see, he was still at 41 HP, 45 HP when he won, so you could have simply Keelon. That's a funny part, but it doesn't matter. This was a bit dire here because, well, I have no idea how Keelon didn't pass through. Like, okay, sure. But anyway, it's not like I can add anything. Like I yapped enough in the whole run. You could see my commentary. So anyway, if you like this video, guys, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.